Welcome to Live from Dennis's House. Today, we are spotlighting the classic vinyl album, Kiss, Kiss, Kiss by The Cure. We're going to have more fun than allowed by law. We are going to make the scene with music, jokes, brilliant discussions, more music, more jokes, and the word on the street. We're going to touch on the news of the day and look back on the events of 1987. Steven, did you know that 1987 was the year that I lost my first job? I was a victim of technology. Yeah. I was working as a night watchman, and they replaced me with a lock. We're going to come right back after that, and we'll meet the crew, and we'll meet the great new band, today's guests, the Wailing Kids. All right. Okay, so now we're going to talk about a few things here. The first thing I want to talk about is there's been a lot of rock star deaths lately, so I want to talk about that. Maybe you guys will agree with me, and maybe the conspiracy people out there will agree with this too. That what do you think about this theory that I have here? That the government a long time ago decided that they're gonna kind of outlaw music, and that's how they started with that Napster thing and the downloading, and that kind of put the music that no one was paying for it anymore, so it kind of went out of business. What do you think of that?
I don't think that's the government. I just
that's
think
the Illuminati, actually.
I don't think it's the government though. I just think that's just people don't enjoy paying for stuff. And we also have technology that allows it. The thing is, it's harder to justify the price of music now. We made a record in our basement for $0, and it sounds pretty good.
We made $30 off of the $0.
but that's the thing. It's just like before you had really elaborate budgets, and then you were also paying for the packaging more than anything else than you were paying the music. Because,
look at this fancy record.
Look at the fancy record.
Yeah, exactly. So if you don't have the fancy packaging and it's on iTunes, it's 99 cents. And if you're streaming it and you're not even owning the digital copy of it, you're not even paying anything. It's hard to justify.
See, but follow where I'm going with this. That they started all this, the downloads and all of that, so they didn't have to pay the musicians as much anymore, and they couldn't get any money, and they couldn't make any good music anymore. And that's how they kind of ran them out of business. And now they're slowly killing each rock star because they want to ban music completely.
Rock and roll is the devil's music.
And then, how about this? I have a movie theme here too.
Hippity hops.
Check out this movie thing that I got. That we are the keepers of the music. That this bunker here with all those albums, and we are the last few people that are allowed to have music. And this show is underground, like pirate music. No, and if they found out where we were, they'd kill us all. Would that be an awesome movie?
No. Wow, you're drinking some really strong coffee.
Yes.
I know. What's in that glass there?
I'd probably have Brad Pitt play me.
To be honest, though, I relate to the feeling of just being the last ones because we play basements mainly. And the basement shows are almost always better than the venue shows. It's just all the really cool bands who are doing really cool stuff have literally been driven underground.
Yes.
It's I don't know.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute because I'm counting on you guys as being the saviors of rock and roll. And when we get to you, we're going to discuss that in length. But I want to get back to the rock stars dying right now, and that I have another theory that if you're going to die, it's best to die in January and February. That's when I'm planning on dying. In exactly 50 years from now, when I'm 100, I'm going to die on January 3rd. Write that down and
January
open up the
3rd.
envelope.
Okay.
Because, it's right after Christmas, right? And the holidays, New Year's Eve, you had a great time and fun. And now all there is to look forward to is freezing cold and shoveling and all this kind of stuff. So it'd be fine to die in January or
Plus,
February,
that way,
right?
no one's
It'd
really
be great.
expecting
miss
anything
you.
of you.
Then I'll have to shovel.
So, and that's why we're all so moved by this and touched by it. This was our childhood, our last grasp at that, and we can feel our own mortality going around like this. Because when we hear that music, we think about when we were teenagers and life did not suck the life out of us yet. You guys back there don't know that, but
Thank
you
God.
got a lot waiting for you, Junior. Settle down, children. Now, I have to explain to the viewers and listeners out there that the Wailing Kids, they are actual kids. That the oldest just turned 21 today, and we're gonna have a big party and celebration.
Oh yes. Yup.
And the others are 14 and 15. So, yes, but like I said, they are the future of rock and roll.
Yes.
So we have something to hold out for.
And that's
I have
nice.
hope. Hey, welcome back to Live from Dennis's house. Now, before we get to ChaCha, I want to talk about what I did for this week. I actually started doing yoga this week.
No way.
And it was me and a bunch of girls. And needless to say, I was the best one in the class. The instructor actually asked me if I wanted to teach next week after my first lesson. Because this year, 2016, I'm going to bring it all together, my mind and my body. I'm going to let go of my hang-ups and my hostility and my bitterness and my anger. And
It's not working.
I see. It's working so well.
every
for
year I
you.
try to do it, but people get me so aggravated that it's just
You
by
have
like...
a wall full of vinyl. You're not getting like no one who's really into music is just like everything's great.
Right. That's true.
Great. I need a
But that's it. I'm changing. It's a new me. I'm passing the baton over to you guys, and I'm going to sit in my basement and relax and do my yoga. Namaste, bitches. All right. Now it's time to go to ChaCha with the
boy.
word on the street.
Okay.
Gossip columnist to the stars.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, ChaCha.
Hi.
What do you got for
Hi,
us this
ChaCha.
week?
Well, that there were no black people nominated for an Academy Award this year. Actually, this is the second year in a row. So Will and Jada Smith and Spike Lee are boycotting the Academy Awards. And the Academy president, Cheryl Boone Isaacs, is heartbroken and frustrated that this has
Who isn't?
happened. And Chris Rock, who's scheduled
Yes, Chris
to
Rock is
actually host
the
it,
host.
he hasn't decided if he's actually going to host this year.
Oh, he's hosting. You don't give up hosting the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
So,
I'm with you
but
on
anyway,
that.
I have something to say about that. First
What?
of all, the Oscars suck,
Oh,
and nobody
yeah.
watches them
That's
anyway.
really true.
I haven't seen one movie that's won an Oscar since Gone with the Wind. That every movie I like,
Speaking of racism.
but this I have a option for people this year.
Okay.
That the Denny Awards are going to be on the same time as the Oscars this year, and we
Right.
include everybody.
That's what I'm watching.
Creed's going
Yes.
to win everything.
Yes.
Great.
I'm giving awards to anybody. Anybody wants an award.
Creative
Chinese, Mexican, you name it. I will give you an award. You come to here, Jada and Will Smith, you come here, I'll give you an award. I'll give Bill Cosby an award.
Oh.
Anybody wants an award gets an award. I don't exclude anybody. You know?
It's on tape now, right?
He's innocent. He's innocent till proven guilty.
that's
true.
This is not a court of law.
Yeah.
This is just a show. It's a simple comedy show here. Comedy and music. That's all we care about. So that's it.
statute of
When is the
limitations.
Oscars anyway? Does anybody know?
I don't care.
It's coming up soon.
I mean,
it's in
this
the
is
winter.
actually the best thing that's ever happened because,
Yes,
like
you hear
you
all
said,
this?
nobody watches.
Now everyone's talking about it.
Right.
You know, and it's just acting is such a stupid job to begin with. Anybody can do it. I can act. I act all the time.
Like a jackass
Everybody
all
acts.
the time.
Well, that's why Leo's getting the Oscar. He didn't just act. He like slept inside of a horse or something like that.
Did he really?
Yeah,
See?
for the revenue.
See, but
Like
I
method
really
actor?
think,
Yeah.
I really
I
think
know you
that
do.
anyone can be an actor. Like, watch this. You talking to me? See? I'm just as good as De Niro. Absolutely.
That's pretty
You can't handle the truth. I'm as good as Jack Nicholson.
You just need
That's
to
Wow,
it.
brilliant.
I just need a break.
to be
That's
a
it.
top
All right. So enough of that. You guys
And
got
that's
a
the
story?
Yeah,
word on
really.
the street.
All right. Thank you, ChaCha.
You're welcome.
Now we are going to make the scene with Dee Dee Pie. Everybody loves Dee Dee.
Everybody loves Dee Dee.
What's going on with you, Dee Dee?
Thank you. I can't remember.
There seems
Actually-
to be a pattern here.
Well, you know, the certain things I'm just not going to say. This weekend was the Big Light of Day weekend, and we had talked about that when the fabulous John Easdale of Dramarama was our guest on the show, because he's a participant pretty much every year. And there were, I don't know, a couple of hundred events simultaneously going on at every venue in Asbury Park, and every street corner, and every store, and every restaurant, every coffee shop. No matter where you went, there was somebody performing. And The big ticket was Saturday night at the Paramount Theater that I didn't make because Strawberry Pie was performing at the Saint. Thank you very much. So rock stars cannot go to other rock stars shows because we have our own shows to do. But the closer for that was the Smithereens, and I heard that they just blew the place to pieces with a really
You had an extra
fantastic
ticket for that.
performance.
What'd you do with that? You should have given it to me if you couldn't
I
go.
should have given it to you, but I didn't think you would go by yourself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have.
No, it wouldn't have. I went on Sunday. The final performance was on Monday night, but I went on Sunday to the Supper Club to the Songwriters by the Sea Songwriters Circle, where they have different indie performers doing acoustic, and they sit in a row on the stage and they take turns singing and telling stories about their songs. And to me, that's the best event of the weekend because it's very intimate and these people tell you the stories behind their songs, and it's almost like, to me, performing original music is like standing in front of an audience naked because they're exposing everything that they've lived through and their feelings, and it's very revealing, and you see them in a whole other light than just listening to the records when you learn what's behind the songs. And it was really nice just for Parkinson's disease research and to find the cure and for that and related illnesses. And I had told you guys, my mother has Parkinson's and she's fighting it like a champ. And so, these events mean a lot to me. So it was really nice to participate as an artist and also to see everybody else perform. So it was very cool.
Very good.
Cool.
Thank you.
Amen.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Amen.
All right, so now we're going to see what's going on with Stephen Shekibello. What's going on in your life, Stephen?
Did we screen this? No, we didn't.
Well, I was reading the Wall Street Journal on Sunday,
Right.
and
no.
it said that certain groups are comparing Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler,
Oh.
Wow.
and Hitler fans are outraged. Totally not true. That was not in the Wall Street Journal.
Hey, this is a non-political show. You can't
Yes,
bring up
all right.
anybody's name.
Well, yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, another one. Went to the
Okay.
doctor the other day.
Okay.
I got a checkup, and he's telling me that I'm a hypochondriac. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming I only have a few months to live.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, so now tell us about how you guys got together and how, you guys are from Trenton area.
We're big time Trenton, Hamilton area.
Now,
you know?
is there a blossoming
There's
underground
nothing-
rock scene?
there's
in
nothing
Trenton?
out there.
Damn.
It's dry. It's very dry.
You blew it.
But Trenton's convenient in that we're equilaterally far away from everything. Like,
not too far.
We have to
It's
drive
like the
40
right
minutes
amount.
to Philly to go to a show. We have to drive like 40 minutes to New Brunswick to play a show. We need to drive 40 minutes to Asbury to do a show. So it's just all the same to us.
I mean, like realistically, the best part about living in Trenton is the surplus of depression and lack of things to do there.
That's why you like The Cure, right?
That's it. There you go.
Honestly, though, most of our shows are in like Montclair, New Brunswick area more often than not. It's like a lot of basement college stuff, and honestly, we'll go unnamed. But a show we played recently, we went on last. People were going out of the door, and we asked,
I think
as
we
you
just
do,
sucked. I think that we just sucked.
We hadn't played yet. That's regardless.
Yeah, we
That's
were still
neutral to the
setting up.
story. But like we asked if we could use this guy's drum shells, and he played for 2 sets already. And like if you're playing for 2 sets, you leave your drum shells up as
Yeah, the drums
backline.
were already set up.
Right.
Everything was there. So I
And
just asked him,
What was his response? Do you how hard do you hit?
Yeah. He said, how hard do
You're
you
about
hit?"
to
I was
find
like,
out. That's what you said.
I'm not going to hit that hard because it's your drum set, obviously. I'm not going to like throw it across the room or anything.
This isn't like reading 1999, and we're not Nirvana. We're not just gonna like. I'm not just gonna
Eventually.
dive into it. Eventually we'll do that, but not with other
So,
people's equipment.
did he let you use it or what?
No,
Nope.
no, we had to
Ah.
take it off. The
my
sound
I'd
man
use the
has to
house
do
kit.
it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still
kinda. Yeah, we
That's
we
not
don't
cool.
like this
No.
named people.
It's not cool.
They were. Did you say they were booing and you guys were just setting up your equipment?
I actually, I got spit on by 4 different people.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Nice crowd.
But my mom was there. She said that I was a mistake after
Was
that
she
one.
one of the spitters?
She wasn't actually there. That was just my
Awesome.
But like to answer the actual question, I think you guys met first, right?
yeah, the band The band,
Oh, yeah, how everything
man.
started.
The band,
Way back when.
way back when.
Preschool or
10th grade.
We actually
You know.
had a mutual friend. Our friend
Our buddy
actually
Nick.
introduced us.
this
Yeah.
is the worst meeting story I've ever heard. Come on, make something
All
up.
right, you ready for
You went
this?
to
How
high
about
school
rehab?
together.
Jail.
Our buddy Nick Sims, if you could hear this somewhere out there, you're great.
Probably working
I still hate
casinos.
you, but you're great. He was like, "Yo, dude, like, you wanna like come hang out at my house? I have a drum set." I was like, "Yeah, all right." And then Joe was over there, so me and Joe played, and Nick sat there and watched because Nick can do about 2 things on a drum set, and one of them is not play it, and the other one is fall out of time. So he watched me and Joe play, and I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. So then, came up with the name, the Wailing Kids. Me and Joe just kind of, BS'd in the basement for a while. Sounds a little weird. And, took it from there. Started looking for a bassist, found some guy, Chris Barron. He was, can I say dick?
No, it's a family
my
show.
bad. He was a jerk.
He was terrible.
He was a terrible person, but he's all right. And
basically tried to kill you.
yeah, he did.
That's another story.
He legitimately did.
Now, I want to go back a little even earlier. Like, how did you guys pick up the guitar and bass, drums, whatever instrument you play? Like, who were your influences? Was it The Cure that said, all right, I'm going to play the guitar now? Or was it someone else that we don't know about yet?
The whole reason why I started playing guitar was back in 6th grade in middle school. There was this band made up of these kids that I didn't really like, and they called themselves the Cretins. And they played at the Halloween dance, the 6th grade Halloween dance, and everybody was like yes, the Cretins, yes. And I hated it so much. So
You're totally still angry.
I asked for a guitar for Christmas that year because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be better than the Cretins.
Yeah. I'm gonna show these Cretins up.
Yep.
They're good.
And
Anger and
that's it.
hatred goes a long
That's
way.
it. That
Yeah.
makes
Right.
the best
6th
musician.
grade.
So, you guys disappointed me, I gotta say, that I was hoping that there was this underground, you guys didn't, but I was hoping there was this underground scene in Trenton that was gonna rise up and it was gonna save
in
music.
New Brunswick. Honestly,
that's
that's
true.
what you're talking about exists. It's just in New Brunswick and Montclair.
The only
Okay.
underground
It's more
thing
northern.
that's rising up right now in Trenton is probably the toilet water over at Chance. And so, other than that, there's really not much rising up underground over there.
We might get exiled.
We're gonna
after
get
this.
letters now from Trenton State Prison. All right,
Trent
so
makes the world takes.
welcome back to the show. And now, in honor of Mike's 21st birthday, he is now legal, and he's going to have his first beer after this. And Steven's taking him for a hooker and
The whole 9 yards.
cocaine or something. I don't know. All right, guys. Now this is the part of the show.
Oh, yes.
The tradition. We have to smell the album.
Yes. Guys, did you
Pass
know
it
that
around.
we do
We
this?
Now
smell the
this-
album.
Fresh from
Yes.
Now
It
this.
smells like makeup and self-hate.
If there's one thing
Hair
I
there,
know,
too.
It smells like makeup.
smelling
and
album.
Self-loathing.
That's awesome.
See, now you guys don't understand this, but this brings us back to our childhood when
Yes.
we were your age and we used to sit around listening to the albums, and
Yeah.
the smell takes us right
The
back
basement.
then when we were young and everybody was still alive and there was still good music around.
Right.
The funny thing is, I feel like that's
I like that
coming,
one.
like most of our kind of contemporaries, if you will, like the people who are touring and just got signed and whatnot, all just put out vinyls. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and they're and we're probably going to put out our physical release on tapes because everyone we talked to was like, yeah, the thing we made most money on tour was tapes because
Tapes?
reasons, yeah,
Kind of
like
tapes.
cassette tapes.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
like
It's shocking to me too,
I-
because I know 2 people that know what a
cassette
cassette
tape
tape
is.
is, and I'm sitting next
So
to
you'll make $35.
Columbia House might be getting
Forever
back in
Losing
business.
Sleep
Dennis,
was
remember
just
that?
yeah, we
19
sold
albums
out
for a penny?
tapes first 2
Wow.
weeks of tour and
How do you play these things? Who still has
cassette
a cassette player?
players.
Yeah,
I
who
think
still has
that
one of
hasn't
those?
changed.
I don't have that.
I got-
I ordered a turntable for my
are,
new
are they
stereo.
iPhone compatible?
So I gotta
Wait
say,
until the iPhone
I,
USB plug in of a cassette player.
The it's happening.
Yeah, I think there's a cassette app on the phone, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it
Oh.
comes with a little peripheral that you put the cassette in and then plug it into your phone.
Because I got to say, everywhere I go now, there's vinyl. I was in Guitar
Yeah,
Center
it's
today.
true.
There's a big section of all new vinyl that they're selling. And they thanked me. They said, thank you, Dennis, for
Yes.
bringing it back with
Yeah,
your show.
yeah.
And
Legends.
we owe you. So
As-
now you guys can be responsible for bringing back the cassette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
as like an audiophile though, I feel really weird about like vinyl coming back because like they're not recorded on tape. You're going digital to analog. Like it just feels weird to me. Like it's just like this was on Pro Tools. This isn't analog. You're lying. Stop it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're going backwards now.
Yeah.
But look how beautiful this is.
Yes.
That's the whole thing. The artwork and the physical nature of it. That's the whole
Well,
beauty
like,
of it.
you also have to listen to them. Like listening to vinyl is different than listening to like just something in your car because you have to pull it
Yeah.
out, clean it. Like there's a degree of theater to vinyl that which I think helps with.
Absolutely.
It's a ritual.
Like
Right.
I mean like bands like King Crimson and like all the old 70s prog and even like other records like Mars Volta records I think made an impact on me as a kid because I had to take them out and put them and sit in front of the stereo and just this immense noise just came out and then just like was just like I want to do that for the rest of my life because like it was just amazing like I still remember the first time I put on like 21st Century Schizoid Man like and those kinds of records where it was just like what is going on.
I remember when one of my nephews went to put an album on at my brother's house, and he couldn't figure out how to get to the song on the other side because he was used to like CDs. And he's like, "How do I play the song on the other side? Where is that?" And then I had to show him. You got to flip it over.
Flip it over.
It's like, wow.
Yeah. All right, so now the Wailing Kids, you guys are coming out with a new CD. It's just out. Is it out on physical copy
we
yet?
haven't
Or?
made physicals
yet.
yet.
Okay, so
But-
tell us about this.
So
It's called Blossom.
Was that your favorite TV show as a child?
What have you been born?
Yeah, I mean it was.
We just watched flowers grow.
Yeah, I mean I don't know if I can really get into the whole like backstory with it on
Nah,
radio.
it sounds like it's gonna be a long, boring
long,
story. so-
boring story. You know.
I mean the main thing is that like
Yeah, but tell us the songs, where it was recorded, all
it
that
was
kind of stuff.
recorded in Joe's basement like the EP before it but like it was on my rig so it was
It's a better rig,
Yeah.
better setup,
Yeah.
More
new
mics,
person,
better mics.
yeah.
competent person.
bass lines.
Yeah, bass
But
lines,
like, but like, I mean, my main thing was going into it. They had written, I guess, all the songs were like 70% done, and
Yeah.
then I finished them. And my thing was like, just really, really wanting to make it sound like super professional because like that was my contribution to the record. Was like, I didn't know them, so I just like didn't want to be some hack. And I think I'm proud of it. Like, I think it's the best thing I've
It
personally.
sounded really good. Absolutely. I can't wait to get a hard copy of this.
Yeah, and then it's right now it's on download
said.
for band from Bandcamp, and then we're working on like
Bandcamp.
either like getting physicals. Like there's somebody who's doing a small tape release, and then we're seeing if we can get somebody to do a CD release. We're still working out. Hopefully, run for cover response to our emails.
Well, I
I'm
got to
sure
say,
about
you
that.
guys sounded great playing your
Yeah.
original song
Yes,
and a
sure.
Cure song.
Fantastic song.
So I'm very proud of you boys.
Thanks.
And, so, all right, welcome back. Now we're going to talk about what's happening in the world, and I got a great news story here. If I can find my notes, hot off the presses.
Watch the
All my Smith's notes here. All right, so where is it? All right, here it is. This is very exciting. You boys will be interested in this. If you're not 21, don't listen now. That this is in New York City. A masturbation booth
Oh
opens
my
in
God.
New
I saw
York
that.
City.
God.
A London-based sex toy
About
company
time.
So
called
gross.
Hot
It is so
Octopus
gross.
opened what they call the Guy-Fi booth. Hey, settle down. No talking when the host is reading an important news story. I'm like Walter Cronkite. I cannot be interrupted.
Keep
All right.
going.
So anyway, this company, Hot Octopus, opened the Guy-Fi booth on the corner of 28th and 5th this week as a way for men to relieve some stress in the middle of the workday. The marketing scheme was inspired by a Time Out New York survey, which found that 39% of New York men questioned had masturbated at some point while at work. Up to almost 99% if it's at Verizon, where Steven works. It's basically an out-of-service telephone booth with a black curtain, a folding chair, a laptop computer, and a Hot Octopus ad along the side. And there's no denying that working a 9-to-5 job can be stressful on both your mind and body, especially in a nonstop city like Manhattan. It's really important for guys to look after themselves so that they can stay healthy and focus properly at the task in hand. No pun intended.
I feel like somebody just watched the Matthew McConaughey speech from Wolf of Wall Street and was like, "That's a great idea."
Right.
So we're told time and time again how beneficial it is to have a break away from your desk. So at Hot Octopus, we're all about looking for new solutions to improve everyday life, and we feel we've just done that with the new Guy-Fi booth. We hope that the city's men enjoy using the space we've created in whatever way they want. It's completely free of charge. All that we ask is that they thank us when they get their promotion at work.
What about cleanup after?
Yeah.
So the
who's
company
gonna
actually
take care of that.
reported that approximately 100 men used the booth on Tuesday. It's an inaugural day.
Oh.
We may be insinuating that these booths can be used in whichever way you want, but we're not going to promote public masturbation because that's illegal. And unfortunately, it's a regular part of many innocent strap hangers' daily commute. In December, 699 such incidents were reported in the last 5 months of 2015, up from 593 in the same period. So, do you feel these booths will cut down on some of that public masturbation in the subway? Or
There's only one booth.
yeah, you got to wait online. I guess,
There's going to be a long line for
This
that.
sounds like the perfect opportunity for Johnson & Johnson to get some sponsorship in for wet ones. So,
I just know.
anyone from their
Or the new
HR.
syphilis medication.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. First of all, I'm never shaking anyone's hand again.
Right, that's
Ever.
it.
Especially when I go to New York City.
Yes.
But we're shocked and outraged with all the diseases and the plague that's coming back and all of this kind of stuff. So this is very unnecessary, I think, that if you can't go through one day of work without that, you need to see a psychiatrist, as George's mother would say on Seinfeld. I came home and my son was using his body like an amusement park.
In a random phone booth in the middle of the day.
Yes. So this is another sign that we are a sick, sad society,
Yes.
and this is what riles me up. And I have to go back to yoga now because
Namaste, bitches.
yeah, I'm gonna choke somebody. So, all right. Well, that's enough for that. And I want to thank the Wailing Kids for coming on, and everyone go out and buy their CD. Check them out on Facebook, wherever you guys are. You got your own website or what?
We're around.
We
just
have,
we mainly use the Bandcamp for most stuff.
Okay.
Facebook
Yeah.
and Twitter.
You'll be appearing at the Guy-Fi booth in Manhattan next week.
Really excited for that one.
This comes out next week.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll be playing Flemington DIY on the 6th. If anybody's near there and wants to come see us with a bunch of other really, really cool bands.
Bring your wet ones.
Don't shake my hand.
Don't shake your hand. Yep.
Bring some gloves too.
Yeah.
All right. Do you got anything else you want to promote before we wrap this up?
No, I'd just like to say thanks for having us, guys.
Yes, you guys,
this was
yeah,
awesome.
thank you so
guys
much.
are
Awesome
cool.
kids.
Really cool.
Thank you
And,
for being here.
You know, definitely.
This
All
was
right.
fun.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us here on Live from Dennis's house, only on 474 The Mix, where the music matters. See you next week when I'll be doing another classic album and behaving badly. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, DennisMargillo.com. Watch me on the radio, Optimum Cable, and all social media. Now.